Ahoy ahoy, Illegal Cross here. Let's go over EDDA Bio Labs. This instance is also called Bioresearch Laboratory, which is the name of the instance on our wiki page. This instance has 3 different modes. Exploration mode, which explains the story of the party that got turned into the biolab monsters. It's nice to learn about the lore, but it offers a small amount of rewards at the end. Combat mode. This mode has more mobs than exploration mode and includes a boss at the end. You have to clear many rooms of enemies to reach the end. This is the mode that drops the bioweapons and the Vicious Mind aura. Gauntlet mode. This mode has a lot more mobs than combat mode, but no boss battle at the end. The upside to this mode is all the mobs have a small chance to drop biological research document and biological experiment fragments, both of which are used for enchanting weapons. You will need a party for this mode or else you will get overwhelmed and die very quickly. Exploration and combat mode share a 1-day cooldown. Gauntlet mode has a separate 1-day cooldown. To start this instance, you talk to Sierra in the north part of Uno. Once inside, your party leader will talk to Sierra again. Then the party will be warped straight into the battle. The mobs in this instance all have around 1.4 million HP each. They also hit pretty hard. I'll go more into detail for a couple of the mobs. Reckenberg Guard. These guys will shoot harpoons at you in chasing mode. These hurt a lot, so it's best to use neutral resistance to reduce this damage. Reckenberg Guard Senior. These guys are ranged and use Agi up. You will need critical attacks or magic to hit them most of the time. Regenserm Scientist. These guys are basically just mages, but their magic hurts more. They cast Fireball, Frost Nova, and all the different bolt spells. As you go through combat or gauntlet mode, there are multiple rooms of these mobs. You must clear all the mobs in each room to continue. The first couple rooms are pretty basic, but you will eventually find yourself at the silence room. There is a strange device in the center of the room that will cast wide silence about every 15 seconds. It will show a timer while counting down. After you beat the center area, you have to activate the traps in the 4 corners of the halls. You'll be locked in a small area until you kill all of the mobs. There are silence devices in these traps as well. One of the next rooms will have small boxes on the ground. When you step on them, they'll give a random effect. 1 damage earthquake, a large or small amount of damage to you, or it will cast Blessing on you. I mostly ignore these boxes as they don't really do anything. In the final room of mobs, you'll have to talk to Sierra to leave. If you are in Gauntlet mode, this is the end of the instance and you are done. If you are running combat mode, you'll be teleported to the morgue. This is where the MVP lies. You have to talk to Sierra just before entering the room, and once again to summon the MVP. The MVP has 75 million HP and is the fire element. But beware, she casts change element, I think to random elements from what I've experienced so far. So she won't stay fire for the whole battle. She also casts Magnum Break and Power Up, among a couple other skills. It's a pretty basic fight. She will murder you if you get close though, so it's best to trap her with rangers and genetic traps if you can. At the end of the instance, the boss will drop 3 different boxes. One contains a random weapon, one contains an old or mystical card album. The last contains materials for enchanting the weapons. The Vicious Mind aura drops from the MVP at a 0.5% chance. This boss has no MVP drops, they're all normal monster drops. A chest will also spawn at the end of the instance that will give a random weapon to each party member. Sierra at the end will also give you some material for enchanting the weapons. Now for the gears and enchants. Vicious Mind aura combos with the Fallen Warrior Mantu that is dropped from Bio 5 MVPs. This combo is super strong for any class that uses 2 of range percent, critical percent, or after cast delay. Because of its low drop rate, it's a pretty expensive item. There are way too many weapons to cover in a short length video, so I will link the wiki page to them in the comments. I'll list some of the more significant weapons though. Coolant injection is good for cart cannon builds. Ripper Cross is good for rolling cutter and cross ripper slasher. Agudo Philo is good for cross impact. The Judgment set is good for Soulbreaker. Sharp Star for sharpshooting. Aiming Bow for aimed bolt. Black Circle and Heart Ribbon are good for metallic sound. For the most part, these weapons just add damage to specific skills or reduce cooldowns. There are only weapons for the core classes. No expanded or Dorum weapons are in this instance. Each weapon can be enchanted twice using Biological Experiment Fragment and Biological Research documents. The first enchant can be one of the following: Expert Archer, Fighting Spirit, Sharp, Fatal, or Spell. The second enchant will be a Memory enchant. These enchants greatly increase specific skills damage depending on your weapon's refine rate. This enchant system has a lot of different options, so you can get the wrong memory on your weapon, like a Rune Knight memory on a Warlock's weapon. That's all there is to know about EDDA Bio Labs. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please subscribe as I'll be making more in the future. Farvel.